What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and another quick tutorial. Today we're going to talk a little bit about progression, and progression has seen some major changes over the last year or so, and I'm getting lots and lots of questions on which path to take and what folks should do next. So I figured I'd go ahead and start off right from the beginning and kind of run through a timeline of how you want to progress through the game. Now, of course, there are some choices on progression, and we'll get into those later, and it's really nice that you're able to choose your own route to get to the end game in DD2. And first off, starting things off, you get out of your first 3 maps, which are kind of the new user tutorial, and you head on over. You see we've got Examine the War Table, and it's telling us to go to the Ramparts map next. So when we open it up, we see it automatically selects to Ramparts. Now this is the campaign playthrough, all the way through the Harbinger's Warship, and I do strongly suggest that everyone go through the campaign. It's a great learning experience, plus the current in-game currency for the game is Defender Medals, and you get the option to earn lots and lots of Defender Medals just by completing this very first initial campaign quest line. By the time you finish the campaign, you should have 6,000 plus Defender Medals, and you're well on your way to getting a new hero or whatever you decide to purchase with those medals you earn. Now, after you finish the campaign, the next step is going to be either one of 2 choices, and this is where you get a bit of variety. You've got Onslaught, which of course it is currently locked. You must complete the campaign to unlock Onslaught. And then you've got Trials, which is also currently locked. Must complete the campaign to unlock Trials. Now, Onslaught and Trials can both be done independently. You can mix and match. You can choose your path. As a very, very general rule, Onslaught is going to be the smoothest progression, as the difficulty of enemies goes up slowly each floor. However, it is also the end game progression, where once you get to the top tier in Chaos Trials, there's no other place to go. However, Onslaught is endless. You can push to an unlimited floor, go into the hundreds, whatever you decide to do. However, first things first, you must complete the campaign to unlock Onslaught. Now, as I said, as a general rule, Onslaught is the smoothest leveling experience. It's going to teach you the game. You're going to slowly graduate in the mob difficulty as you go up, and you'll still end up in the top tier, which is Chaos 7 loot. Now, on that note, Trials is actually much faster to get to that Chaos 7 realm. The Trials are Chaos 1 through 7. Everything in the game is based off of your champion score, which we see right here at the top. If you open your hero deck, you will also see the champion score here. Now, the champion score is basically the gear available in your best geared hero. We can go ahead and take, let's just take the Squire. We can slap some of this gear on him, and we'll see the champion score slowly going up. So our champion score is now all the way up to 50, just from completing the tutorial missions of the map. Now, to unlock the various trials, as you see, you start on you start on Chaos 1. The only requirement to get into Chaos 1, of course, is going to be to complete the campaign to unlock. Now, to get into Chaos 2, you're going to need a champion score of 575. To get to Chaos 3, you're going to need a champion score of 900, and so on until you get all the way up to Chaos 7, which requires a minimum champion score of 3915. Now, as I mentioned, you can mix and match. You can go back and forth, and everything in the game, as far as progression goes, is based off of that champion score. Now, I do have a very detailed video about champion score and the quickest way to get there. I will include a card for that right here on the video. You can just click on that to head over and learn a little bit more about champion score. So you've got the campaign finished. You've chosen between Onslaught and Trials. And the next option, once again, must complete the campaign to unlock, is going to be Incursions. Now, Incursions are special versions of the normal Chaos Trials map with different enemies or a different twist, and with one exception, it is actually a completely new map altogether. Now, the whole point of Incursions, and they are 100% optional, is to complete or to acquire the special Incursion weapons or Terraria-themed weapons that are in the game and available right here from the Dwarf Wayfarer next to this cart. If you go ahead and look at each individual weapon, no matter what weapon you want, on the bottom of the tooltip for the weapon, for example this Terrorblade, to unlock, you must win the Chrome Enemies Incursion. Now, these weapons, when you purchase them, they are going to roll and be at the power level of your current champion score. So, you want to make sure that you wait as long as possible. I know it's tempting. You want to get in, you want to grab one of these awesome weapons. However, wait until the very end, because the higher your champion score is, the better these weapons are going to roll. Now, in addition to that, none of these weapons are really exceptional, so there's no reason where you have to have any of these weapons. In the current state of the game, the only thing that you could really say a maybe to on that note would be this Shadow Flame Dagger for the Mystic. Every other weapon available here for Incursions from the Wayfarer shop is completely optional, mainly cosmetic, and definitely, without a doubt, not required to progress all the way through the game. Now, we have one other game mode, and it is going to come absolutely last. A lot of people want to hop in and do it, and that is Mastery mode. So if we head over to Mastery, once again, we've got to complete the campaign to unlock. We've got to complete an appropriate Chaos Trials tier to unlock that particular Mastery tier. The Mastery mode is every map, or most maps anyway, there's 21 of them in total, and they're going to offer stars that are going to give you various rewards. At 50 stars, or the halfway point of each one of the different tiers, is going to be a Hyper Shard. Once again, the Hyper Shards are nice. The Hyper Shards are 100% not required to get through the game. However, there is definitely some very nice quality of life in the Hyper Shards themselves. Eventually, you will want to hop into Mastery mode and earn yourself those Hyper Shards. Now, the key to Mastery is going to be shards, your shards that you have. So you're going to want to play through the game and collect a nice assortment of shards before you try Mastery, as your Ascension level and your current champion score will get scaled down in Mastery to meet the challenge of the appropriate tier. No matter how high your Ascension level is, in Mastery, if you run into Chaos 1, you are going to be set back to 0 Ascension. Now, that is just for the map, it's just for the challenge of the map, and everything will be restored to normal once you leave that particular Mastery map. So, in short, you can actually look directly through the war table here and complete things in this appropriate order. Start with Campaign, then move to either Onslaught or Trials, then optionally go to Incursions, and then last off, head over to Mastery. And that is the progression path you should take, and the progression path that's going to make things a lot more smooth for you, and still get you to the point where there is an endgame challenge. So hopefully this helps answer some questions on how you progress in Dungeon Defenders 2. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button, please subscribe to the channel, and as always, I will be back soon with much more Dungeon Defenders 2. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.